Hi there, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Jonathan, and today I've got an interesting video for you, which includes a reality show surrounding 40 children, headless chickens, and drinking bleach. But before we jump into that, I just want to read a comment from my previous video. This comment comes from Kaylee, who says, "I want an Elvis wedding. I think it's the right level. Yee yee. Hunka hunka, burnin', hee-haw." I deadass got my cowboy boots right here. They got some lovin'. Yee yee. If you want your comment to be featured in my next... Attention whore. If you want your comment to be read in my next video, just comment on this video below and I might read it. Let's jump in to this video. Now I'm gonna keep this as spoiler-free as possible. I was laying in bed one night, you know, scrolling on TikTok, and instead of sleeping, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I came across this video.
Hey TikTok, so here's my storytime video about Kid Nation. I don't even know if I'm allowed to talk about this, but I'm going to anyways.
Okay, you got my attention. Literally me after jury duty.
When I was 10 years old, I was selected to go on Kid Nation. They took us to a Western movie set in New Mexico. We were there for 40 days, and our only supervision was from the camera crew and producers. We didn't get to talk to our parents or have any other contact with anyone outside of the show. One kid did steal one of the producers' BlackBerry and called his parents. He got in a ton of trouble. I only got to take one shower, and I didn't brush my teeth the entire time I was there. What you've heard is true. One kid did drink bleach. His name was DK. The conditions were really rough. It was super cold and we had to sleep on the floor.
So there's a lot to unpack here. Evidently, there was a show called Kid Nation, which I had never heard of before. The CBS show aired from September 2007 to December 2007. Here's a synopsis of the show according to Wikipedia. 40 kids, ages 8 to 15, spend 40 days without parents in Bonanza City, New Mexico, a ghost town where they try to create a community. They cook their own meals, haul their own water, clean their own outhouses, and even run businesses. 4 peer leaders are elected who pass laws and set bedtimes. No one is voted out at each town meeting that closes each episode, but any kids who have had enough can simply raise their hands and leave. Sounds like they're trying to cover their asses with some lawsuits. Doesn't work out that way. Whoop, plot twist. Spoiler alert. So the first thing that popped into my head was, I can't imagine being a kid and going away from my family and living literally in like the middle of nowhere with 39 other kids for 40 days. But I went to school for film, so my second thought was, wow, God bless these producers who had to deal with these 40 kids for 40 days. I've been on a couple of shoots with kids, and it is so not easy. Oh, yep, there I am in the back. Unrecognizable and impatient. Story of my life. So the show starts with all these kids on a bus, and it literally drops them off in the middle of nowhere. And then 4 other kids arrive by helicopter, which blows all the sand on all the other kids' faces, which is really symbolic of the privilege they have because these are the town council. Their first duty is to gather supplies and then walk for miles from where the bus dropped them off to get to the, I don't want to say campsite, I guess it's like their campground. It's like a movie set. It's an abandoned movie set.
Hey, this guy! We got a bad situation!
I got it.
While the kids are trying to gather all their shit, the host of the show pulls the 4 town counselors aside and he tells them that, hey, keep an eye on all these kids because the one that you think is the hardest working, you can award this golden star, which will literally give them $20,000, essentially. These 4 kids are in charge of giving away $20,000. Every 3 days. It's not a one-time thing, it's every 3 days they give away to. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. But almost immediately, the other kids do not like the town leaders.
You're not even working, dude. I said, Mike, you're not working. And he said, no, I'm working really hard here, can't you see? But all he's doing, he's standing next to the wagon like, come on, guys, come on, come on. And really, he's just, you know, like one of those guys at the airport that's sort of pointing you in the right direction as if we can't follow the road.
They finally arrive to the town, and they are literally going to be sleeping on the floor.
This is a bunkhouse, all right. I don't think I can sleep here.
Mattress with some hideous looking stuff on it. Where are the beds?
So then the town council finds this book, and essentially it's the only source of guidance that they're gonna have over the next 40 days. The kids have to cook for themselves. Obviously, it doesn't go well.
You have to put it in the water boiling. Way too much pasta too.
Wait, y'all back up.
That's way too much pasta. It's not gonna cook.
And then this 8-year-old is having a panic attack, and there's only one toilet for 40 kids. One godforsaken toilet. Then the town is separated into 4 different districts. So every 3 days they have this challenge they have to do. Depending on how well they do in the challenge, they are then separated into different classes, which then translates to however much they're going to get paid and what their jobs and duties include. However, this is not set for the entirety of the show. Like every time they have a challenge, which is every 3 days, they then have the opportunity to be in a higher class. After watching all of these challenges, I'm getting my tubes tied, that's all I can say. And the one big thing with the challenges is that if they all complete it within like a time frame, I think it's like an hour time frame, the whole town gets a prize. And they get to actually pick between like 2 prizes, okay? So the first prize they get are bees. I'm just kidding. Can you imagine now? That'd be if I was a producer on this show. The first town prizes they get to choose between is either a television set or 7 more porta potties. Surprisingly, most of the kids are for the 7 porta potties, except for this one kid who really wants the TV, and he gives he gives his reason.
Let's say that there's a tornado coming this way. How in the world will we tell?
Boy, if you don't get your Abby Mallard ass up out of here, I cannot. Mini spoiler alert. Ultimately, they do choose the 7 porta potties. So then there's this girl, Sophia, who seizes a bike for $3 that she really wants, but she's in the lower class, so she does what any of us would do.
Dancing for nickels. Anybody do the twist? Do the twist. I just want a bicycle. Thanks, man. Want me to dance for you?
No, I don't.
Listen, Sophia, I applaud you. I personally am ashamed of what I did for $3 in the street, and it wasn't for a bike. It was for Newports and 7-Eleven taquitos. I'm kidding. Partially. Every 3 days they do have a town meeting where the host comes back and just like, hey, gonna check up on you kids, how you doing? Okay, making sure nobody Lord of the Flies to each other. And at this town meeting, this is where like everybody kind of has the opportunity to voice their opinions. You know, if the town council isn't doing what everybody wants, which most of the time they're not, then everybody can voice their opinion and feel heard. It is also at these town meetings where one person is awarded the $20,000. By day 4, everybody's getting a little hungry, okay? Everybody needs a little protein in their life, so you know what that means.
You're not even gonna die.
Are you gonna bring the chicken up?
Yeah, these little kids, as young as 8 years old, scarred for life. I can't. But don't worry, because they all gathered at the Spittoon Saloon to cope with their problems. Basically, when they're not doing the challenges, they can kind of walk around town and hang out and like go shopping and do whatever the hell they want.
Here's the bag I have had my eye on. And I cannot see any reason why anyone else in this city would want it.
Girl, me neither, because that bag is ugly as hell. Then there's like this dust storm or like this mini twister, or it just gets really windy. I don't know what y'all call it over in New Mexico, but all 7 porta potties knock over. And you know that there's like some post-digestive carnage that's just wafting in the air from 40 children. It's literally a shitstorm.
Ow! Oh, the stench is unbearable!
I was in that house one time and it was horrifying because the hole went down like 20 feet and I was afraid that like old Greg was down there like with his little suitcase waiting to catch my little giblets. Why, John, edit that out. For the most part, the kids are kind of getting along, but there are some conflicts here and there.
Maggie! Maggie, you're going upstairs!
You guys have too much in common. Because we're both Jewish. I'm Christian. Christian rule. Yeah. At the wall. I'm a little bitch. What else? You play down. Whoa.
I plan on finishing the season, but I had to stop at episode 6 because I needed to get this video out in time, so I'm not exactly sure what craziness is going to ensue, but off camera, apparently some craziness did ensue. Yes, we're going to talk about the kid who drank bleach. In my head, I'm already like, how are there not like lawsuits already while they're filming this? Like, something has to go wrong. Something's going to go wrong. Let me read a little bit of this article, right? This came out in 2007. So it says, a parent of a child who participated in CBS's upcoming Kid Nation filed a complaint saying the experience bordered on abuse and neglect. Among other things, several children required medical attention after drinking bleach that had been left in an unmarked soda bottle, according to both the parent and CBS. Why are you going to keep bleach in an unmarked soda bottle when you know you're going to be on set with 40 children? One 11-year-old girl burned her face with splattered grease while cooking. Also, no tutors were present on set, though many states limit the number of hours children can work a day on television productions. Executive producer Tom Foreman said the children set their own hours. The children set their own hours. Okay. And CBS's Jonathan Anshel told The Times the children were not employed under the legal definition. They were not receiving set wages for performing specific tasks or working specific hours. New Mexico may have been chosen because the state had no specific regulations concerning the use of child actors in television and film productions, which many states, including California and New York, do have, according to the New York Times. So essentially they filmed in New Mexico because they found all these loopholes to basically work these children so CBS could get a bunch of money. But don't worry, they didn't just get all the money because each kid got a $5,000 stipend. So that's about $125 a day these kids were working for. In this article, they were talking about how they wanted to do a season 2 of the show because, I mean, I guess season 1 could have gone a lot worse if you really think about it. But it looks like season 2 never happened. Honestly, I think doing this show one time is more than enough. Anyway, I thought it was a very interesting show to watch. I really thought it was going to be a shit show. I thought it was going to be like Lord of the Flies-esque, which at some points it did feel like. Let me know what you think of the concept of the show and if you would have liked to be on it. I kind of think I might have done okay. I think I might have done okay. Maybe I would have got $20,000. I want that gold star. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification if you want to be notified every time I come out with a new video, which is every Thursday. It is so hot in here. Oh my god, I'm dying. Maybe I wouldn't have done good on that show. Okay, bye.